I've met people everywhere, some from here and some from there. By now I'd bet it's more than quite a few. Nearly every woman and every man I've met just does the best they can to understand the things we all go through. But there are those who just don't care, who try to grab more than their share of everything, and they're all out there too. So I don't take for granted I'm a man who gets to spend his time with people in this world like you. So often it can seem today, so many feel like it's okay to celebrate the darkness in our hearts, and then they wonder why we see such hatred and disharmony. To me, that's just exactly how it starts. For others, fear can hide the way, sadly unaware that they allow it to dictate the things they do. I've no reason to despair, as long as I still know that there are people in this world like you. I guess things are just the way they are. In many ways we've come so far, and still I'm sure we've all got more to do. But I can open up my heart and say I'm grateful every single day for people in this world like you. Loving people in this world like you. Took some time out from this story, took a moment on this ride, took some time to separate the love and fear, took some time for inventory, took some time to look inside, look at every road I chose that got me here. I've gotten in and won some races, had some fun and been some places that I wouldn't wanna fly over today. But through all the good and bad and every tough break that I've had, still I wouldn't want it any other way. And for all my aimless searching, there were times I'd stumbled on a love so good I never could explain. Filled my life with so much happiness that after it was gone, I would wonder, was the passion worth the pain? But if not for that fragility, I'd have not this ability to feel the kind of love I feel today. And every heartbreak I've been through finally healed and brought me you, so I wouldn't want it any other way. calling and a reason to be true to this purpose ever since I was a kid. Being free means free to do exactly what I meant to do, and every single thing that happened had to happen, 'cause it did. But if no one hears my thunder, no one ever hears my voice, I will sing as long as I've got more to say. And from time to time I'll wonder if I ever had a choice, 'cause I wouldn't want it any other way. No, I wouldn't want it any other way. It's dark and it's lonely, and you feel like you're the only one who's felt this desperation, like your own brand of the blues. It's hell when you're in there, I can tell you 'cause I've been there, and I've known the same frustration. But I've got some real good news. You feel like you fell in a well of hopelessness and fear. So why the hell would I jump in and join you way down here? 'Cause there's a way out of here, though you don't believe. But years ago, a friend showed me just like I'm showing you. You can sit here in the darkness till you think that you're okay. But then it's time to move, 'cause I'm not making plans to stay. There's a way. Think no one understands you. You're so convinced life hands you one bad break after another and keeps you on the floor. But now you've got the choice to keep on listening to those voices, or maybe listen to a brother who's been down here before. We can sit and curse the darkness, but the darkness stays the same. Or get off your ass and we'll go out the same way that I came. 'Cause there's a way out of here, though you don't believe that's true. But years ago, a friend showed me just like I'm showing you. It's hard to see what's possible when you feel this way, but things look so much clearer standing in the light of day. There's a way. Here, but it's gonna be up to you to show someone else that exit door just like I'm showing you. You can sit and curse the darkness, but the darkness stays the same. Or get off your ass and we'll go out the same way that I came. 'Cause there's a way.
Hey guys, well, I did it again. As always, Brandon's good to see you, man. Thanks for the text. I I don't know how show hour goes so fast, but I was scrambling and running around, and everything was behind. There's a lot going on. I'll tell you guys right now. Nancy, I heard you're having a tough time. I just saw in the chat. I really didn't get a chance to look at the chat room yet. I see Chris is here from the UK, and Angelique is here from the Netherlands. Nancy's here from New Jersey and having a tough time. We take turns. We take turns being angels for each other, but we take turns having tough days, and that's life, you know? I'm sorry it's your turn, Nancy. I'm going to be actually getting on the road early tomorrow morning to go 3/4 of the way to Canada, because one of my sisters, I've got 4, and one of them, we found out a couple of weeks ago, has a brain tumor, not cancerous, which is great, a cyst that is, but it's causing all kinds of trouble, and so as Ippolitos do, as family, actually as relatives and family, we take turns, you know, with different shifts, and it's going to be my turn for the next few days to go up there. So today, this sitting here with you guys is just a reprieve. I'm glad it is for you too, Nancy. But yesterday also I had I marked the day that I became a human being. And so many beautiful people wrote so many beautiful things on social media and on Facebook, and people who I don't really know, but just by the nature of what I do for a living, with my life and for a living, you know, I've got 5,000 Facebook friends, contacts, whatever, and a lot of people started by saying, "You don't know me, but," and then went on to say about how this particular song touched their lives, or hanging out at the Hill in Central Park was important to them at a particular time of their life, and it's good to hear. So when I show up here, like even though I'm scrambling around and I'm hoping that Brandon's in the thing and that I did everything right this time. Hi, Elodie. Hey, Mike. Mike's got his own shit going on. Like we take turns. So let's just get the music going. I think today, what I'm gonna do is I invited a bunch of the happy birthday people messages, but people don't show up, and I'm not sure that I would either. But you guys are here. You guys are here, and if there's any newcomers, welcome. Hi, Carrie. Let me do this song. I wrote this song in 1996. In 1996, and I started playing in Central Park. I became that guitar man from Central Park in 1992. So, and I wasn't writing anything then because I had nothing of any importance to say to the world. And a couple of years before, I had been a homeless failure of a human being, and so I really, but in 1996, the lights in the building had sufficiently started coming back on, and I wrote this song to say thank you to the people like Sue Hannah, who were coming out to the Hill to sit on that grass and started calling themselves the people on the Hill. Got some dreams I love to chase. I got my head where it belongs. I've got my heart in a real good place, singing other people's songs. find me standing by the lake, where New Yorkers feed the birds, picking till my fingers ache, but singing other people's words. So it seemed the time had come for letting go and getting real, but getting right down to it and let you know the way I feel. 'Cause we've been singing in the sun, smiling all the time until I had to write this one for the people on the hill. And now that's you guys. That's you guys in the chat. Some have been here from the start, and I can still remember when singing helped me heal my heart. You may have saved a life back then. No shit. 'Cause almost 30 years ago, yeah, my whole world was just a mess, and I had nowhere else to go. I had to wind up there, I guess. So it's finally time I sat right down and wrote you all a song. Such a simple thing. I'm sorry that it took me so damn long, 'cause I love singing in the sun for you, and I pray I always will. I'm proud to sing this song for the people on the hill. And you know who you are when gentle souls share nothing but goodwill. The happy, singing, fun, loving people on the hill. And I'm so proud to sing this song for the people on the hill. Thanks again. So listen, if anybody's watching this right now, hanging out with us on Facebook, welcome. Thanks for showing up. But, and I say this every week, and Brandon will post the link. I pinned the comment at the top of the comments, but you can hang out with each other on Facebook. There's usually a handful of people over there. But the most people, I see Denise is here. She made it while she's sailing on the Hudson River, on the North River, right, darling? And Debbie Baum is here. Don't see anyone on Facebook. Well, that's okay. Maybe everybody's finally coming over here. Steven is here. Steve out of Long Island. Very cool. Valerie's here from Chicago. So guys, if you're hanging out and you're a newcomer, make sure you just say hi and just let us know this is your first time here or second time or whatever. And if you got anything you want to hear, stick it in the chat room. One of the things I like to do is ask you guys where you are. And even though, you know, Willie's in Maine and Zoe is in North Carolina, and we mostly know where everybody is, I just get a kick out of, if you're new and you see me looking down this way, it's because that's where I have the chat room. So during this, I'll do a James Taylor song that I haven't done in so long. And I think just from the first opening lick, you know what song it is? But while I'm doing this song, you guys you can put your name if you want, but I love it when you put what town or what New York City neighborhood or what state or what country you're hanging out in. I haven't seen Evelyn here yet, so I know she got her first vaccine. I hope she's okay. But during this song, all right, would you guys just in the chat room just put where you're at? You can play the game and you can act out the part, though you know it wasn't written for you. Tell me, how can you stand there with your broken heart, ashamed of playing the fool? One thing can lead to another. It doesn't take any sacrifice. Oh, father and mother, sister and brother, if it feels nice, don't think twice. Just shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. There's Evelyn. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will. All I really mean to say is shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. Hey, Paul, and hey, Mike from the UK. You cannot hide. This is widely known. Tell me what you plan to do with your foolish pride when you're all by yourself alone. Once you tell somebody the way that you feel, you can feel it beginning to ease. I think it's true what they say about the squeaky wheel, always getting the grease. It's better to shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will. And what I'd like to do to you is shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. Can I tell you guys, share with you a lesson that I learned for myself years ago? I spent a lot of my adult life saying beautiful things to the wrong people. And what I mean by that is that if I met you in the park and we were talking about family, or we were talking about in-laws, or something, I would say to you, well, my sister Susan, she married a guy, was a New York City firefighter, a guy named Mike. She married Mike when they were in college, and he's a great guy. He's just a good man. And I would say that to you. And then I would be, talking to somebody, and they'd say, so are your sisters married? And I'd say, oh, yeah, well, one of them is married. The other three actually aren't. But Susan married a guy named Mike. And Mike is he's a great guy. And no matter who I was talking to, it dawned on me years ago, I was telling the wrong person. And so the next Thanksgiving or Christmas or whenever we were together, I pulled Mike aside. And I said, Mike, I just want to let you know that whenever I talk about you, I tell people that my sister married a great guy. And you just see the look on somebody's face. And I think that's kind of what James Taylor is saying when he's saying, shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Let them know. I think Mike knew that I thought he was a great guy, but I never said it to him. And so now I make a point of very often, if I would say, you know, to Mama Allie, or, you know, 6 months into this pandemic, I would tell other people, boy, this woman, she's an extraordinary woman, but she's handling the circumstances of this pandemic as well or better than any person I've met, certainly better than I am. And I realized I would say that, so instead of waiting, now I go directly to that person and I'll say, Allie, I think you're handling the circumstances of this pandemic better than anybody else I know. Just to let them know. I think that's the point. I think that's the point of that song. And it's a good thing that we do that kind of thing because, hi, Carol. We're coming out the other side of this pandemic, and every time I see Carol, sometimes I might say something that is almost cryptic or something. I don't mean it to be. But Carol is from a chapter of my life. We met during a chapter of my life when I was actually a train wreck waiting to happen. Actually, I was happening in slow motion back then. But I really want to catch up again with Carol and find out she can fill me in on her life. And so when this pandemic is over, we have to get together, Carol. How did surgery go today, Debbie? Debbie, oh, come on. Now you had, we'll talk. What kind of surgery? Are you okay? Let's just start there. Too early to know. Thanks for asking. Deb, we're with you. All right, so listen, everybody, let's do this. You guys, we take turns, chat the lyrics in this song that speak to your heart, and then we'll all make room for Willie. I didn't see Karen. I didn't see the Silver Sun here today. If you're new here, if you just got here, please tell us, in New York City, what neighborhood you're in? And if you're in another state, what state or town you're in? What city you're in? If you're in another country, tell us where in the world you are. You said you woke up feeling frightened, senses heightened, overwhelmed, lost and alone, a little overwrought until you finally thought that you'd drop it all and pick up the phone. And I didn't do nothing but really listen to everything you had to say, till I knew that you'd be okay. That's for you today, Debbie. Next week it was my turn. I was in a slow burn about something or nothing at all. I don't even remember, but I remember I was hurting, so I gave you a call. And you didn't do nothing but really listen to everything I had to say, till you knew that I'd be okay. And you too, Nancy, having a tough day today, right? We take turns being angels for one another, 'cause there's never been a day when we all want to stay under the Think we're all just lucky that it works that way. Chat it. Thank heaven we're not all crazy on the same day. Thanks, Brendan. And in the back of a taxi, I heard talk radio, one of those shows people call when they want to know what life's about. A big fat mouth is at a mic going on and on about who's out to get you if you don't watch out. It's funny, but the phony probably makes a lot of money to create a little panic every day. But I think I found a better way. Right, Edie? We take turns being angels for one another. Cause there's never been a day when we all want to stay under the cover. Think we're all just lucky that it works that way. Thank heaven we're not all crazy on the same day. Willie! Everybody look in the chat room. There it is. Take turns being angels for one another. Cause there's never been a day when we all want to stay under the covers. Hey, Jake, man. We're just damn lucky that it works that way. Thank heaven we're not all crazy on the same day. I have not seen Karen on the same day. We're not crazy, crazy on the same day. So everybody, you know, it occurred to me that when I was playing in bars, and I was back when in the chapter of my life when I met Carol, I was playing in bars and slowly drinking myself to death, but for that occupation, for that gig, I was very good at it. I was very good at it. And for a period on Bleecker Street, I had a partner named Bob Vale. Used to call him MV for Mr. Vale. And we would be, it's a long, in fact, it's a movie. It really would be a wild chapter in the book that I will write someday, and in the movie of how a place on Bleecker Street called the Red Lion. It might not be there. It's there today. It's a music hall today, but it might not even be there if I was not born, and circumstances had not led me and Bob to that place at that particular time. It was wild. But back then, I wasn't really writing. I would write songs. I wrote a song called Drinking and Sex. I wrote a song called To Irma from Chrysler Corporation. Irma was one of the last cars I owned. And I used to drive cars until they did not go anymore. That's what I did. And I named this car, our first apartment was on Bleecker Street above the Village Gate. Please tell me you were in the back of the building, because how the fuck did you ever get a night's sleep? Bleecker Street is one of the loudest party streets on the planet. And the Village Gate isn't there anymore. What is it, a CVS now? I wrote this. You write about what you know. I wrote a song called Johnny Walker Red. And they were fun, and they were funny songs. And sometimes we would have, the Red Lion at the time was was the new kid on the block. But when the established places, like the back fence or the bitter end, or the village gate, when they were half filled some nights, we had a line out the door because we had so much fun. Granted, we were big fish in a very small pond, but it's Bleecker Street in the Village in New York City, and for about 2 or 3 years, until it almost killed me, we were a thing, and it was fun. It was fun. You know what? I had a birthday yesterday. I'm just gonna start playing some songs and see what happens. Just see what happens inside me, and then we'll share some video. Now that we got this thing going. Old man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. Old man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. Old man, look at my life. 24 and there's so much more. Live alone in a paradise that makes me think of two. Love lost, such a cost. Give me things that won't get lost, like a coin that won't get tossed, rolling home to you. I'm just seeing, Denise said the weather's coming. All right, time to get off the North River. Old man, take a look at my life. I'm a lot like you. I need someone to love me the whole day through. I want to look in my eyes and you can tell that's true. Lullabies, look in your eyes, run around the same old town. Doesn't mean that much to me, to mean that much to you. I've been first and last, look at how the time goes past. Now I'm all alone at last, rolling home to you. Old man, take a look at my life, I'm a lot like you. I need someone to love me the whole day through. I want to look in my eyes and you can tell that's true. Old man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. Old man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. Popped into my head during that song. Old, let's go young with a great message. Oh, very young, what will you leave us this time? You're only dancing on this earth for a short while. And though your dreams may toss and turn you now, they will vanish away like your dad's best jeans, denim blue, fading up to the sky. Though you want them to last forever, you know you never will. You know they never will. And the patches make the goodbye harder still. Oh, very young, what will you leave us this time. There'll never be a better chance to change your mind. And if you want this world to see better days, will you carry the words of love with you? Will you ride the great white bird into heaven? And though you want to last forever, you know you never will. You know you never will. And the goodbye makes the journey harder still. Will you carry the words of love with you? Will you ride? Oh, very young, what will you leave us this time? You're only dancing on this earth for a short while. Oh, very young, what will you leave us this time? Let's celebrate the fact that we're together today. Let's celebrate the fact that we're together today. During this next song, the video, would you please, in the chat room, if you're in the video, celebrate the fact that you're in the video. If you had fun contributing to this video, please tell us why, while the thing is going on, and just say something silly or beautiful while this video is playing, because we are working on the new one. I am putting together Wagon Wheel, and I did hear from Chris Tedesco. He is on board. In fact, right now, as we're doing this, as we're hanging out together, Chris Tedesco is laying down fiddle tracks, and probably, knowing him, probably some mandolin as well. So Wagon Wheel is going to be done, but let's celebrate this. Guys, have at it in the chat room. Celebrate this song. Good. All right, listen. So, guys, the song kind of moves like this. Just get that thing going. In your chair, standing up, moving around your apartment, moving around your house. Just fun. It's just us. It's just us. Well, my friends, the time has come to raise the roof and have some fun. Throw away the work to be done. Let the music play on. Everybody sing, everybody dance. Lose yourself in wild romance. We're going to party, carambo, fiesta, forever. Come on and sing along. We're going to party, carambo, fiesta, forever. Come on and sing along. All night long. All night long. All night long. All night long. Yeah! People dancing all in the street. Feel the rhythm all in their feet. Life is good, wild and sweet. Let the music play on. Feel it in your heart and feel it in your soul.
flaming fiesta forever. Come on and sing along. We're going to party, carambo, fiesta forever. Come on and chat this song all night long. All night long. All night long. All night long. Once you get started, you can't sit down. Come join the fun, it's a merry-go-round. Everyone's dancing their troubles away. Come join the party, see how we play. Tambolita say to Moya, yeah, jumbo jumbo, we can party or we're going. Yeah, jambalaya, jambalita say to Moya, yeah, jumbo jumbo. Oh, yeah, we're gonna have a party all night long. Dance all night long and sing the background all night long. All night long. I said, everyone you meet, we're jamming in the street all night long. Everyone you meet, we're jamming in the street all night long. Feel good. All right, so maybe we'll take another run at that. But that's the idea. There we go. Actually, you know what? I just see that. Jake just called Jackie his beautiful tiny dancer. So what the fuck? Would you guys fill up the chat room with your favorite lyrics? It's a piano song. Did I see Art Grossman here today? I didn't see Neil Braverman. I know Brandon is here from the Don White Performers Forum. Oh, there we go, Art. I always think of my fellow artists, my fellow singer-songwriters. You guys have to tell me sometimes, and don't hold back if it works or if it doesn't work for you, because I will play. I don't embarrass easily. I haven't for the past 30 years. There's lots of reasons for that. But I also, as an artist, am willing to just take chances and do things. I think one of the, I say this often, and people think I'm being self-deprecating when I say I was given the gift of mediocrity. And that is not to disparage what I do as an artist at all. I'm very good at what I do in some ways, but it's not going to get any better than this.
you know, and so I always just say, this is it, you know, and I think part of knowing that it's not genius is that is what makes it extraordinary. It's paradoxical. But when I do a song like that is a big band song with like an orchestra section, and it was written for the piano, and I do it on a wooden box strung with silver wire, 6 strings and a piece of wood, I always wonder what my fellow musicians think, if it works or if it doesn't. But I always lean on that expression, that age-old expression that goes, fuck it.
Blue jean baby, LA lady, seamstress for the band, pretty hide, pirate smile, you marry a music man, ballerina, you must have seen her dancing in the sand. Now she's in me, always with me, tiny dancer in my hand. Jesus freaks out in the street, handing tickets out for God, turning back, she just laughs. The boulevard is not that bad. The young man, he makes you stand in the auditorium and looking on. She sings the song, the words she knows, the tune she hums. Oh, how it feels so real, lying here with no one near, only you, and you can hear me when I say softly, slowly, hold me closer, tiny dancer. Count the headlights on the highway. Lay me down in sheets of linen. You had a busy day today.
You know what I hope? I'm playing this on the fly, and I haven't played it in a long, long time. I'm hoping that the fingers remember those chords that I just fucked up. So I'm not going to think about it. We'll just go into the next verse.
Blue jean baby, LA lady, seamstress for the band, pretty hide, pirate smile,
it with me. Count the headlights on the highway. Aiming down in sheets of linen. You had a busy day today. Hold me closer, tiny dancer. Count the headlights on the highway. Lay me down in sheets of linen. You had a busy day today. Yeah, when I think, I stink. And so, just not thinking about it, it's, oh, how it feels so real, lying here with no one near. That's the one that they forgot the first time around. Only you, and you can hear me when I say softly, slowly. Hold me closer, tiny dancer. Truth is, I have no idea what these guys are doing. I've said sometimes in Central Park, somebody will ask for a song that maybe I've never played, but I like, you know, back from the 70s or something, and I'll start playing it. If you ever watch me looking at the neck of my guitar and you see a strange look on my face, sometimes it's like I'm thinking to myself, holy fuck! Because these guys have been everywhere, so they just know. And I live in the bass. I always have lived in the bass. When I listen to an orchestra, I'm in the cellos, and I'm in the violas rather than the violins. I hear that. And so sometimes my thumb and my fingers, if it's around the chord, I will play a bass line that's in my heart or that's in the song. It's like Lola. It's like, you know. Now I'm thinking, so I'm not going to do it. Let me do this. When we were doing this, when we first started doing these gigs, I started playing a lot of my own songs that I haven't played in a long time. But I had written a few songs that I'll bring out to Central Park when we get out there this year. And I'm sure we're going to get out there this year. Oh, and I've got some news about Merkin Concert Hall as well. There were some cover songs that you guys asked for, like Zoe was asking for some Jackson Browne, that I never played, and I started doing them during It's Just Us, and I'll bring them out to Central Park this year. I'm kind of excited to share some of these cover songs. This is one of them, and it's going to lead into a song of the same title. You can't copyright a title, so I wrote a song that is completely different than this song, but they're both called Can't You See? And I had never played this song in Central Park. I never played it at all until somebody asked for it. And Jump off, nobody gonna know. Can't you see? Can't you see what that woman been doing to me? Can't you see? Can't you see what that woman been doing to me? Yeah. Gonna buy me a ticket as far as I can now. I ain't never coming back. Gonna ride me a southbound all the way to Georgia till that train run out of track. Can't you see? Can't you see what that woman been doing to me? Can't you see? Can't you see what that woman been doing to me? Ticket as far as I can now. I ain't never coming back. I'm gonna ride me a southbound all the way to Georgia until that train run out of track. Can't you see? Can't you see what that woman been doing to me? Can't you see? Hey, can't you see what that woman been doing to me? Crazy, crazy woman, can't you see? Crazy woman, what that woman been doing to me? Finish it up. During this song, one of the things that I little tricks that I started doing when I was about 10 years old is that if you play the strings, if you pick the strings far away from the sound hole and up by the bridge, everything gets very, very treble, very tinny, as opposed to it's hollow up there. So what I like doing sometimes is starting a song, and then when the band comes in, sliding down to the sound hole, it's just a sonic thing for me that makes it sound like the band jumped in. And I don't know what it sounds like to you guys, but to me, that's what that sounds like. And like I was just saying in the song Lola, I realized when I was a kid, I didn't realize, it just happened, that my fingers could reach that bass line that I love when the bass enters that song. And I just let these guys play. And I met her in a club down in Old Soho, where you drink champagne and it tastes just like cherry cola. C-O-L-A cola. She walked up to me and she asked me to dance. I asked her her name, and in a dark brown voice she said hello. Here it comes. Hello, hello, Lola. La 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 Lola. Well, I'm not the world's most physical guy, but when she squeezed me tight, she nearly broke my spine. Oh, my Lola. la la Lola. I pushed her away. I walked to the door. I fell to the floor. I got down on my knees. Then I looked at her and she at me. And that's the way that I wanted to stay, and always wanted to be that way for my Lola. La 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 Lola. Girls will be boys and boys will be girls. It's a mixed up, mumbled up, shook up world except for Lola. La 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 Lola. Well, I left home just a week before, but I never ever kissed a woman before. When Lola smiled and took me by the hand, said, little boy, gonna make you a man. Well, I'm not the world's most masculine man, but I know what I am and I'm glad I'm a man. And so it's Lola, la 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 Lola, la 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 Lola, Lola, la 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 Lola, la 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 Lola, Lola, la 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 Lola, la 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 Lola. Well, wasn't planning on playing that today. But you know what? We did Can't You See, and Zoe, I think Zoe, right? Yeah. I wrote a song back when I started to recognize, and this is decades ago, well, yeah, decades ago probably, how divided and how starkly different the mindset and the reality between people who call themselves right-wing Republicans and and sane people. How far apart they are, and how different the reality is in this life. And so I wrote a song. It's more than a song. It's a musical piece that I wanted to write a right-wing anthem because I understand that. I do understand the mindset. I reject it with everything in me because it's completely fear-based, but I understand it, and I understand the mythology behind it. And then I wrote another anthem for a man or a woman like myself who sees the world and sees the United States of America differently. And so I wrote the two, but then I wanted the two pieces of music to come together and kind of overlap each other, counterpoint each other. And then at the end, there's an answer. The song just happened to be Can't You See? That kind of grabs somebody by the lapels and just, can't you see? And then the very last word of the song is the answer. And so we did this at Merkin Concert Hall. And let me just share this with you guys. And if you've never heard this song, please pay attention to the lyric. If you're not doing anything, crank the volume a little bit and really enjoy the artistry of the guys in the band. On this one in particular, Mr. Chris Tedesco. What he created for this thing with very little guidance from me is extraordinary. But this is a song called Can't You See? Ask Dave Marcus to sing this first part, because hopefully the two sections of this song won't comment on each other. That makes
200 some odd years ago, the Lord looked down and raised his mighty hand. And gave good men a vision, strength to build a home upon this mighty land. But now a dark cloud that was once on the horizon has fallen on this land of liberty. And God gives us the right to defend what's rightly ours. Can't you see? My country, 'tis of thee I sing, 'cause that's what I believe. And you're free to stand by all she stands for. And if you can't do that, you're free to leave. 'Cause when those dark clouds start to swirl around Old Glory, it's in the darkest hour, 'tis of thee we sing. That I love America, and I'm proud to sing out loud now. God loves America and lights her way. I love the USA. Can't you see?
I love my country too, but unlike you, I finally reconciled. The gap between a grown-up love of country and the pure love of a child. One's a love that's pure and strong and based in innocence. The other's just as strong, yet faced reality. And one's not right or truer love, or more red, white, and bluer love. Though it sounds trite, the truth still sets us free. So yes, I scream, and yes, I shout what America can be all about. And when I see we've lost our way, I can't close my eyes and bury my head down in the sand. If I can help one person understand, speaking truth to power is just one way to love the USA. Can't you see?
So, can't you see? No. No. But it makes me feel good that I'm the man that wrote both anthems. Right? To seek to understand rather than be understood is a good way to go. Old pirates, yes, they rob I, sold I to the merchant ships. Minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit, but my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? It's all I ever had. Redemption songs, redemption songs. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We got to fulfill the book. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? It's all I ever had. Redemption songs, redemption songs. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop at the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Oh, some say it's just a part of it. We got to fulfill the book. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? It's all I ever had. Redemption songs, redemption songs. These songs of freedom, it's all I ever had. Redemption songs. And sometimes, when you're singing songs about emancipating yourself from mental slavery, and you're singing songs like Big Yellow Taxi, and songs like Give Peace a Chance, and songs like Can't You See? And the answer comes back, no. We have a button for that. You guys in the chat room, you know what to do. Haven't played this in a while. I wouldn't say that I'm a Facebook guy, but doing what I do, I won't deny. I got a Facebook page like everybody else I see. Now every single day, a dozen requests come my way from strangers who want to be friends with me. Nobody needs 5,000 friends. There's a button, so it depends. I take a minute to take a little look at that fool's timeline. When I think about the things that matter most to me, I can tell by the things they post if he or she would ever be a friend of mine. If they are a member of the NRA, I couldn't care less what they have to say. If they think it's un-American for someone to take a knee, if they want me to pray and type amen, if they want to make America great again, what would ever make them think they'd ever want to be friends with me? Delete request. Get the click. Click. Delete request. There we go. It's easy enough for me to gauge who you are when I visit your Facebook page. It's all right there, so I can figure pretty quick. If you see very fine people in a Nazi crowd, or shooting an elephant makes you proud, well, there's no doubt which button I'm bound to click. Somebody said, hey, listen, dude, it's that tribal attitude that's keeping you from hearing what the other guy has to say. Or you might think it's a fancy algorithm that's keeping me from having a conversation with him, but I know what I'm doing, I just don't want to ruin my day. If you post sexist, racist jokes, if you think climate change is a left-wing hoax, if you think that a hurricane is a holy sign, if you want your God in my public schools, if you want to build a wall like a lot of damn fools, what would make you think you'd ever be a friend of mine? Yeah, if you are a member of the NRA, I couldn't give a fuck what you have to say. If you think it's un-American for some of us to take a knee, if you want me to pray and type amen, if you want to make America great again, what would ever make you think you'd ever want to be friends with me? Delete request. Delete request. Delete request. Big finish. Bye-bye now. Yes! Take it, you break your life, but you live it anyway. You have no choice, you take your chances, you use your voice, you fake the dances, you fly, you finish, afraid to die, you diminish your returns, make friction till it burns, you're with a little force, you made it through the course. I summed up life at Penn Station. Philosophy radiates off the rails, waiting for the 2 a.m. train, it never fails. You know it's time spent, you never recovering. Mass transit's heavy on your brain. It all seemed clear at Penn Station. I must have been insane. Drink, you swallow, you think you're full, but you won't follow your advice. Another would be nice, you're chewing on the ice. Don't think about it twice, you flirt, you stumble, afraid. You fill your shirt, pretend you're humble at the bars, judge people by their cars, and with pennies in your purse, you backed another verse. I summed up life at Penn Station. Philosophy radiates off the rails, waiting for the 2 a.m. train, it never fails. You know it's time spent, you never recovering. Mass transit's heavy on your brain. It all seemed clear at Penn Station. I I must have been insane. You work, you hate it. Who needs a clerk who never made it at your age? The world is just a stage, you're standing on the edge. Or is this just the bridge? Don't put so much thought in it. It's only life anyway. I summed up life at Penn Station. Philosophy radiates off the rails, waiting for the 2 a.m. train. It never fails. You know it's time spent you never recovering. Mass transit's heavy on your brain. It all seemed clear at Penn Station. I must have been insane. You take, you give it, you break your life, but you live it anyway. You break your life, but you live it anyway. You break your life, but you live it anyway. Love that song. Wish I wrote that song. Are you guys okay? You guys having a good enough time? You want to do some summer songs? I'm kind of free-flowing here. I wasn't planning on didn't think I would be doing Tiny Dancer today. Oh, let's do this. Oh, let me do a little housekeeping. First thing, I don't know if actually Brandon is even still here. He's probably gone, right? He usually hangs for the first hour. Guys, honestly, and I don't blame you. I don't blame any of us for anything. In fact, I wrote a song called Nothing Left. That was written during the pandemic. And it's just a kind of a nod at the concept of one human being judging another human being for being a human being. That's almost practically a song in itself. But I'm just going to be honest with you. In the last 2 months, the financial support for these shows has just dropped off a cliff, which is, I understand. Listen, a lot of people have been struggling financially since this fucking pandemic began. But I blame myself because Brandon has constantly, during the week, he'll remind me, he'll say, David, I'll put the link in the chat room, but you got to say something. And I get it. It's just like being in the park. Allie is always trying to remind me. She makes signs and holds them up saying, David, sell the CDs. David, mention the songbook. I just forget that stuff. So I'll just say it here. If you want to help support, it's just us, me, please do. With whatever you feel like. You can go to... Oh, okay. Willie just said the PayPal and Venmo links are right under the picture. I did not know that. Cool. All right. And Willie is one of those people who, when I say, if you feel like throwing the price of a movie ticket at this gig, Willie is there before the show starts. It's amazing. But again, a lot of you are patrons anyway, so if you don't feel like doing any more than that, that's fine. But I should really mention it because Brandon always says it, and Allie always reminds me. So, you can go to thatguitarman.com, and there's a link that will take you to PayPal, or Willie says there's one right at whatever you're looking at right now. And if you want, just throw some money. The news that I have is that I've been in communication with the permit office at Central Park, and I think just by being a reasonable, responsible, decent human being throughout this past year and a half, I may have broken through, and Claudia over at the permit office, the woman who runs that office, who has never really liked the existence of that guitar man from Central Park. She's one of those people at the Parks Department that does not like us being there, or hasn't traditionally. But she seems to have warmed up the last few emails that we've gone back and forth with. And she, it looks like Saturday, July 3rd, will be opening day. So I already went ahead, changed the oil in the generator, took it out back, actually downstairs and out back of the building, ran her for about a half hour, make sure everything's cool. So we have power. We've got a lot of new songs. We've got a lot of cover songs. I've written a bunch of new songs. I never have any doubt that when we do, well, actually this year we could do, we always did Brave, and we always did Don't Stop Believin', but this year we can bring out, what? We can bring out Summer of '69. We can bring out, what's the big cover song that we did this past December? Oh, damn, what was that? The Who. I'm completely drawing a blank. What is, what's the cover song? Come on, somebody in the chat room. What's the cover song that we did this year? Move myself and won't get fooled again. Thank you, Willie. But we can bring that out to Central Park. I don't know if it's a dance. Is it a dance song? Yeah, it's a dance song. But also, I've been going back and forth with Merkin Concert Hall, and hey, maybe there's a theme. It looks like December 4th is a Saturday. Maybe leave that date open. I think our return to Merkin Concert Hall might be Saturday, December 4th for the Something annual year-end concert. I'll let you know. I'll let you know by next week. No pants. Actually, no pants. No pants might work. I mean, I wouldn't do it, but I wouldn't be wearing no pants. Little summer shit. I got my first real six-string, bought it at the 5 and dime, played it till my fingers bled. Was the summer of '69. Me and some guys from school had a band and we tried real hard. Jimmy quit, Jody got married. Should've known we'd never get far. Oh, and when I look back now, that summer seemed to last forever. And if I had a choice, you know I'd always wanna be there. Those were the best days of my life. that you'd wait forever. And when I held your hand, I knew that it was now or never. Those were the best days of my life. Sing it with me. Oh yeah, it was the summer of '69. Oh yeah, and we were living life. We were young and restless. We needed to survive. I guess nothing can last forever, forever. No. And now the times are changing. Look at everything that's come and gone. Sometimes when I play that old six string, think about us, wonder what went wrong. Standing on your mama's porch, you told me you would wait forever. And when you held my hand, I knew that it was now or never. Those were the best days of my life. Oh yeah, back in the summer of '69. Oh yeah, it was the summer of '69. Oh yeah. Ha! Already have that week off, Wednesday to Wednesday. Which one is that? December 4th or July 3rd? You know what I want to do? Sentimental. Oh, to live on Sugar Mountain with the barkers and the colored balloons. You can't be 20 on Sugar Mountain, though you're thinking that you're leaving there too soon. You're leaving there too soon. It's so noisy at the fair, but all your friends are there. And the candy floss you had, and your mother and your dad. Oh, to live on Sugar Mountain with the barkers and the colored balloons. You can't be 20 on Sugar Mountain, though you're thinking that you're leaving there too soon. You're leaving there too soon. There's a girl just down the aisle, ought to turn and see her smile. You can hear the words she wrote as you read a hidden note. Do you like me? Do you like me? Oh, to live on Sugar Mountain with the barkers and the colored balloons. You can't be 20 on Sugar Mountain, though you're thinking that you're leaving there too soon. You're leaving there too soon. Now you're underneath the stairs and you're giving back some glares to the people that you met, and it's your first cigarette. say you're leaving home 'cause you wanna be alone. Ain't it funny how you feel when you're finding out it's real? Oh, to live on Sugar Mountain with the barkers and the colored balloons. You can't be 20 on Sugar Mountain, though you're thinking that you're leaving there too soon. You're leaving there too soon. David's playing Sugar Mountain to this diabetic as, oh, by the way, yes. After the gig is over, two wonderful women, Karen and Evelyn, have both volunteered to do a little after party. And it's just a Zoom thing, and we just hang out, and I don't bring the guitar. I just bring a little dinner for myself. And we just kind of hang out. When we do those things, by the way, everybody is pretty mindful of sharing time. I have been in Zoom chats or Zoom meetings, hangouts, after parties, where one person, I think, forgets that they're talking so much that they don't leave room for everybody else. Sometimes you'll see people just sitting there quietly because there's almost no room to jump in because one or two people kind of monopolize the thing. But you guys are pretty cool about that, noticing when somebody is quiet and allowing the thing to just flow. So thanks for that. But anyway, so whose turn is it? Whose turn is it tonight? Oh, Amy's leaving. Amy, okay, marked on the calendar. I think it's going to be the 4th, and I think we'll go ahead and book it. If again, it's a lot of money for a guy like me to produce these things, but I get help from a wonderful woman named Kara Unterberg, who helps me with the actual rent of the venue. If you guys, like I just showed you guys, Can't You See? That's from Merkin Concert Hall. And it got to the point where I wasn't sure I was going to be able to produce those shows anymore. It's a big undertaking for a one-man operation. And Kara has just been an angel. And so I don't know what it's going to be like, but it looks like once I pull the trigger and commit to it, then it's full speed ahead. So... Debbie, I hope you're feeling better, and thank you so much for showing up. Night, Deb, we will dance, maybe. Oh, and for you guys like Chris in the UK, and Angelique and Cheetah in the Netherlands, and Evelyn in Switzerland, I'm talking to Brandon. We are going to try to figure out the tech to get... you see, there used to be an application called Concert Window, and just before, I'm telling you, months before the pandemic hit, Dan Gurney, who was the creator of Concert Window, just couldn't make it work anymore financially, and I understand why. It was a tough business model, because I was probably one of the rock stars on Concert Window with 40 people. And he couldn't afford the bandwidth for taking a third of the profit from somebody who had 3 family and friends watching their 2-hour show. So it could not possibly financially sustain itself. And he pulled the plug on it, I think maybe 2.5, 3 months before COVID-19 was a reality. And in that way, he kind of became the Pete Best of internet applications because the timing was just awful for him. But once the stream, once I figure out, we'll figure out how to stream from Central Park so we don't leave you guys out. But then also, I'm going to keep this up. We'll have to talk about that as it gets closer. But we're going to keep up It's Just Us. It's not going to go away. It's just probably going to be one day or night a week. And then, of course, the weekends that we don't get a permit and the weekends that it rains, we'll have rain out shows on the weekend during the day. So September 2019. All right, September, October, November, December, January. So 4 months, really. Well, January, February. So I guess a half year before COVID hit. He had pulled the plug. I wish he could have hung on. But anyway, let me do a song. Let me do a song that I wrote. How's this, Brandon? And so Brandon's not here. Sean's not here either. Isn't that something? Well, Sean works. I don't want that. I want to do a song. Oh, and guess what? Chris Tedesco. Just when this gig is over, Chris Tedesco did send his wagon wheel video, so that's cool. And there we go. All right, let's do this song, because I wrote it during the pandemic. Damn it. And by the way, guys, seriously, it doesn't matter if it was, $25 or if it was $1. Thank you for every nickel you guys have sent to It's Just Us during this pandemic. You guys really, truly did keep this independent artist afloat. I don't know about the wagon wheel video. Did you miss all that, Chris? We're making a new video and a new music video, and it'd be great if you jumped in on it, or you had your kids in on it. I'll email you, because I don't think we'll do well, oh, wait a minute. I'll email you, and there's a link to, or in Patreon, that's what I'll do. In Patreon, there's a link to the YouTube. It's unlisted, but there's a YouTube video, and you can shoot selfies to that, okay? And then just get them to me like any way that you got the last ones to me, and we'll drop it in, all right? We're doing Wagon Wheel this year. Get some cowboy hats, little country on. Let's do a few more songs before we get out of here. Oh, yeah, I was going to do this. And yeah, Neil, you got to get me that. Who, baby, what do you know when things ain't going right? Got a new place I love to go, anytime, day or night. Who, darling, you know what I hear? There's room enough for two, and all of my troubles disappear whenever I'm there with you. Who, baby, what do you say? Our own sweet place to hide. Make crazy love in our crazy way. Leave the crazy world outside. Sweet chocolates, strawberries, flights of fantasy. goodness knows that anything goes whenever you're there with me. Don't know if there's a God above, but if there was, I'd thank it, 'cause I found a whole new kind of love under that Mexican blanket. Woo! That's Chris on the mandolin and the fiddle. God damn, he's good. Well, I've been around the block a time or two. Now's a good time to admit it. We like our loving the way we do. Been there, done that. Did it! Ooh, pretty girl, I'm pretty sure it don't matter anyhow. Just lose the laundry at the door, and I'll meet you there right now. Don't know if there's a God above, but if there was, I'd thank it, 'cause I found a whole new kind of love under that Mexican blanket. Let's go! That's going to be fun to bring out to Central Park. We're going to bring out that. We're going to bring... Oh, and I'm sorry. Hang on a second. I have a feeling... Of course, the old-timers, the long-timers, will be requesting Tom Cruise Scares Me, so I'm going to have to come up with some kind of... new verses, but I am not singing about the former guy. I am not singing about that disgusting fat fuck or his family. We're going to ignore them. But I will be singing about Trump supporters, that laughable, dangerous group of human beings. But I have a feeling... this might be the new, and it's going to get annoying, I'll tell you right now, but I have a feeling this is going to be the new requested song of the summer. People are going to love singing this in Central Park. It arrived like an unwelcome guest. 2020. How unwelcomed, none of us could have guessed. 2020. We were screwed before the champagne had popped. 2020. Before that big ball had even dropped. But in January, he was still a clown. 2020. So the impeachment circus rolled into town. I'm gonna have to change this verse. When it got as insane as it could get. 2020 said, kids, you ain't seen nothing yet. 2020. No one knew we were in for such a hit, and nobody was prepared for it. But this guitar man must admit, oh, 2020 was a shit show. 2020 was a shit show. 2020 was a shit show. Once the virus took the whole world by storm. 2020 was a shit show. Living home alone became the norm. 2020 was a shit show. Those who survived lived to tell the tale. 2020 was a shit show. How finding toilet paper became the holy grail. 2020 was a shit show. Once sang that hope is infinite, so just call me a hypocrite. You want to hear the truth? Well, this is it. Oh, 2020 was a shit show.
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 May brought us George Floyd's homicide. Then in September, Ruth Bader Ginsburg died. The last election was a nice reprieve. And still, that fat ass clown says he still won't leave. You know, I don't like this one bit. I'm an optimist, but I submit this song is dead ass accurate. Oh, 2020 was a shit show. Sing it.
2020 was a shit show.
Oh, 2020 was a shit show.
2020 was a shit show.
When the virus raged through my hometown,
2020 was a shit show.
they had no choice but to shut Broadway down.
2020 was a shit show.
Politicians said, we're gonna help you through it.
2020 was a shit show.
$600 of your very own money. Yeah, that ought to do it.
2020 was a shit show.
Hearing me like this doesn't seem to fit. I'm normally just the opposite, but it's okay for me to just admit. Oh, sing it loud. Where you stand or sit, sing it loud. Like you don't give a shit, sing it loud. So we never forget. Oh, 2020 was a shit show.
2020 was a shit show.
Oh, 2020 was a shit show.
2020 was a shit show.
Oh, 2020 was a shit show.
2020 was a shit show.
Oh, shit. Can you imagine? I can already, well, you guys who have been to Central Park, I can already hear that whole hill singing that. I can already see the tourists that are walking by going, what? When there's 200 or 300 people sitting there singing 2020 was a shit show, I think it's just going to be a natural crowd builder. I think people will sit down and want to join you guys under the trees. Let's do kind of a summer song. Oh, it's 2 hours now. And this is a Wednesday, so I forget. By the way, having a weekend, we did a Zoom hang on Sunday. The next day was a national holiday here in the United States. And then my birthday was yesterday. Can I tell you this? I have any shred of meaning that time had for me is obliterated. I have no idea. I understand we're calling this Wednesday, but I'm telling you, it's obliterated. Time means nothing to me now. For this, it's Wednesday. So what? That means that at least you showed up today. You're right. I'm no honest to God. And now with the situation with my sister, I'll be driving for 5.5 hours tomorrow. I'll be there for tomorrow night all day. I guess that's going to be Friday, right? Yeah, Friday. And then the next day I will drive back, and then I will see you guys on Sunday. That's all I know. And the rest of it is a big maybe, but I'm going to go on the old philosophy of acting as if. So I'm going to act as if Saturday, July 3rd is opening day, and the sky is going to be periwinkle blue, and it's going to be 80 degrees, and the breeze is going to be blowing, and I'm going to go out there, and I'm going to look at 1,000 or 2 smiling faces. And maybe we'll have Merkin Concert Hall already booked and the contract signed by July 3rd. And so I'll be telling people that we will be back in Merkin Concert Hall on December 4th. But again, you know, a couple of months ago, India was the model of the world, right? And how they were treating COVID-19. And then I could have booked a concert in Mumbai thinking, isn't this going to be great? And then the whole fucking thing blew up there. And a human catastrophe broke out. So we'll just go on the assumption that here in New York, New Yorkers are just going to be as cool as they've been. Let me do this before we get out of here. Oh, and the reason I call this photo in a nutshell. Seeing a 10-year-old Muslim boy, a 10-year-old Palestinian boy throwing a stone at an Israeli tank. This is why I write songs like the religion song. Heard about a man who could split the moon and even get a wolf to talk. Then I heard about a man jumping out of a boat 'cause he thought he'd like to take a walk. Then I heard about a man said he had in his hand the deed to the promised land. He said, take out your sword in the name of the Lord and kill your brother for a pile of sand. Some say there's a big king watching it all, but all in all he sounds pretty unfair. Turning rivers to blood, then creating a flood. I ain't saying, 'cause I wasn't there. It just seems absurd to be taking the word of another that I don't know well. And it just could be that a king that mean couldn't be big enough to help. Now we've got late night preachers on TV, a rabbi on the radio, born again celebrities while the mullah makes a video. And each one swears they heard the word, assured they heard it right. They say heed the call, build another wall, give us all another reason to fight. Now a newborn baby gets a nice clean slate, but we don't waste any time. We start teaching them the rules in the churches and the schools, at the temple and the mosque and the shrine. We tell them scary tales and fairy tales and kiss common sense farewell. But don't tell them all that a God that small couldn't be big enough to help. Now we've got late night preachers on TV, a rabbi on the radio, born again celebrities while the mullah makes a video. And each one swears they heard the word, assured they heard it right. They say heed the call, build another wall, give us all another reason to fight. Oh! Celebrities while the mullah makes a video. And each one swears they heard the word, assured they heard it right. They say heed the call, build another damn wall, give us all another reason to fight. Now I don't mind saying you find me praying, but to what? I'll never know. I keep reaching for something, and not for nothing, I'm content to let it go. 'Cause I've seen a little heaven in my time, and at times I've been through hell. And a God this man could understand never was big enough to help. No, and Any God small enough to understand couldn't be big enough to help. Amen. Do you know what? Before we get out of here, one of the Teresa Reynolds was in New York a couple of weeks ago, and she sat here, and we shared music together. Before that, the last guest that was here in the studio was Christine Lavin, and that was back in spring of last year. But the first guest that we had on It's Just Us after we moved to Patreon was George Warsbach. And George is also going to, I think, is going to send piano tracks for Wagon Wheel. So I just wanted to share this with you. When George was here, I was thinking about doing a cover of his song. In that summer I was working at the Brooklyn Zoo. Each and every evening when my work was through. And then I realized I have the recording of George singing his song here. So let me share that with you guys. If you've never heard this song, Hannibal, crank the volume and listen to this masterpiece. And if you have, crank the volume and listen to this masterpiece.
In that summer I was working at the Brooklyn Zoo. Each and every evening when my work was through, I would grab a chair and I would sit with Hannibal. From tusk to tail, I love that animal. Hannibal, an elephant, was slow with age. 67 years ago, born in his cage. His time was near, and the cage was all he'd ever known. I had the keys, so I let him go. I told myself I didn't need to think this through, 'cause he'd had all those years to think what he would do. He did this little dance, then he raised his trunk to catch the wind. He caught the salt sea air, and off we went. I'd heard about a sacred place in Africa, where elephants will gather when their time has come. A million years of instinct that no bars could hold. If I get him to the ocean, he might make it home. By the time we'd hit the streets, it looked like all of Brooklyn knew. 1,000 people joined us, we had work to do. Holding back the cars, we were clearing out a road for him. Someone started singing, and we all joined in. We sang, there goes Hannibal, and he's going home. There goes Hannibal, and he's going home. Policeman in a chopper watching from above saw Hannibal was shielded by a wall of love. And so they led the way, shined a bright light down from where they flew. What a dazzling procession down Ocean Avenue. And we sang, there goes Hannibal, and he's going home. There goes Hannibal, and he's going home. The sun broke the horizon as we made the shore. The big guy did that little dance to our applause. Then he raised his head and faced the ocean's majesty, took a mammoth breath and marched into the sea. The question, would he make it, was anybody's guess, but 1,000 thumping hearts beat out a loud resounding yes. Each year folks return to remember something wonderful and sing a song to Hannibal. There goes Hannibal and he's going home. There goes Hannibal and he's going home. There goes Hannibal and he's going home. There goes Hannibal and he's going
Guys, I'm gonna follow that with a song that I wrote, and then a video that I want you guys to that most of you are probably in, and if you're not, if your image or your photo is not in the video, you are in my heart and you are in the lyrics, and then I guess because Karen's not here, did I miss it before? I guess we're going to the Chocolate Chalet tonight. Is that correct? Evelyn says, totally not crying. I have a personal memory about sharing that song. When George had asked me to play guitar on that track, and I had the first demo, and I played it for my father, while we were waiting for a train. We were in his car waiting for a Long Island Railroad train. And, okay, Evelyn. So we're going to Evelyn's Chocolate Chalet tonight. I am going to pack this stuff up. I'm going to get some dinner, and then I'll meet you guys there. Anyway, I won't share it with you now, but I just had a very sweet moment about that song with my dad. So let me do this song that I wrote. By the way, I had lunch. On my birthday with Mama Allie and Rhea. And at the end of my life, if anybody ever says, can you give me a list of things that you're proud of in your life? One of them is being the conduit for those two to have met each other because of that guitar man from Central Park and because of a concert that I scheduled in the middle of August that almost killed Sid Bernstein before his time. Those two women became best girlfriends, and I had lunch with the two of them yesterday on my birthday, and it was, it fills my heart. Some people say the way I live is backwards. They don't know how a full-grown man can live this way. But if people say the way I live is backwards, then I'm aware that I don't care what people say. Some scratch their heads at my determination to live each day the way I truly feel, paying close attention to my own imagination, while imagining the best becoming real. Well, here I am. This is me, trying to live without regret, so you can bet that what you get is what you see. 'Cause what we hold as true isn't always what it seems. I hope you love your life. Mine gets made in my dreams. And then, after lunch with Rhea and Allie, I spent time with a magnificent human being. And I had a wonderful dinner, and I'm not generally a big celebrate birthday guy, but I'm a lucky man. Some people say I live my life like some damn hippie. That day and age is gone and out of sight. But if a world of peace and love is what those kids were dreaming of, in many ways, those damn hippies had it right. It's not up to me to say that there's a right or wrong way. We're all free to live whatever life we choose. But you'd be mistaken to believe that I am weak or I'm naive. Life is too damn short and there's no time to lose. So here I am, just standing in the light. Einstein said imagination is the strongest thing on earth. And he was right. 'Cause what we hold as true is almost never what it seems. I hope you love your life. Mine gets made in my dreams. I truly hope you love your life. Mine was made in my dreams. Magnificent, wonderful people in my life. And you guys, honest to God, you guys showing up here, it's, I write songs like 2020 was a shit show, and you guys sing them. So that's a good thing. Before we get out of here in our regular way, let me share this. I wrote this for you guys, and then I created a video, and in the shadow of another birthday, in the shadow of the completion of another lap around the sun for me, let me share this with you guys, and then we'll get out of here in the usual way.
I've met people everywhere, some from here and some from there. By now I'd bet it's more than quite a few. Nearly every woman and every man I've met just does the best they can to to understand the things we all go through. But there are those who just don't care, who try to grab more than their share of everything, and they're all out there too. So I don't take for granted I'm a man who gets to spend his time with people in this world like you. So often it can seem today, so many feel like it's okay to celebrate the darkness in our hearts. And then they wonder why we see such hatred and disharmony. To me, that's just exactly how it starts. For others, fear can hide the way, sadly unaware that they allow it to dictate the things they do. But I've no reason to despair, as long as I still know that there are people in this world like you. I guess things are just the way they are. In many ways we've come so far, and still I'm sure we've all got more to do. But I can open up my heart and say I'm grateful every single day for people in this world like you. Loving people in this world like you. I guess things are just the way they are. In many ways we've come so far, and still I'm sure we've all got more to do. But I can open up my heart and say I'm grateful every single day for people in this world like you. Loving people in this world like you.
Guys, thank you so much for hanging out. The beautiful and talented and intelligent and wonderful Denise, Sailor D, lent me her car to drive up to take care of my sister. Denise is a remarkable, wonderful woman. And we're all going to go to the book signing at Barnes & Noble when her career takes off. And Mama Allie and Rhea, all of you. A lot of you I haven't met. We're going to meet soon. Thank you so much for hanging out today, one day at a time, right? It takes a life to realize what life is all about. And life is all about you guys. And this moment, I'm here with you. Now that we're through, what secrets did I tell? Did you get to know me well? In this moment, how fast these gigs fly. Song after song goes rushing by. I won't pretend that time has been my friend. I bring my songs to sing my songs for you until the end. And as I live these days, I'm grateful for all the ways that brought me here to praise this moment. You know, I see this wheel spinning on my thing. So maybe you're seeing this, maybe you're not. But I'm going to break down, and then I'm going to go to the Chocolate Chalet. So, guys, if you are seeing this right now, I see that it seems to have started again. I don't know if it all froze for you, but yeah, listen, Zoe, that wasn't just you. It was a YouTube glitch. I hope everybody kind of got through it and you're on the other side of it now. Just because I want to say to you guys, good night. And then I will see some of you, all of you if you feel like it, in Evelyn's Chocolate Chalet. But thank you so much for hanging out. See, Neil saw it too. Yeah, all right. It froze for all of us. It wasn't just you guys. I wasn't sure that you guys were even seeing anything, so I was just talking over it, saying, I don't know if you're even seeing this right now because the little wheel of death is spinning. But it looks like we're back now. So, guys, Mike, Nancy, I hope this helped. I hope it helped Debbie while she was here. Allie, Rhea, thank you so much for lunch yesterday. Denise, thank you so much for being you, and the car. And guys, I will see you all again on Sunday in our Zoom hang. Please feel free to bring friends. And I'll see a bunch of you over. There's Evelyn just put the link in there again. So, all right, I will see you guys in the chat room. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. I'll leave this running just for a couple of minutes. In fact, you know what? They're giving me violations anyway, so I'll leave it running so you guys can use the chat room, and I'll just leave a little background music playing, or maybe I can't. I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the chat room. Guys, thank you so much.